Hello my friends and welcome to another tarot reading. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm sorry for the delay in readings, but here we are. This is a message meant to find you. So let's see what the cards have in store for you today. You've got pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. A message meant to find you. Timestamps will be in the description box below and I'll see your reading. Bye. Pile 1, hello and welcome to your reading. So, a message meant to find you. You have the first house. Interesting. That's really interesting because the first thing I saw just then was my home, kind of my place of birth or place of origin, which is this little island called Mauritius. I don't know if you know of it. I wasn't born there, but that's where my family come from, so maybe this is to do with your place of origin, something to do with there's something about you not being connected to your sense of self. And it's interesting because obviously first house is to do with self, but there's something about before that, something to do with, there may even be something that may be attachments that are not directly connected to you. It might be to do with something else. So let's have a look at some other oracle cards. But first house, there's something about the first house that needs to be looked at. There's something about the sense of self that needs to be looked at. Let's have a look. Confidence. Okay. So, if right now you've got like good confidence at the moment, then that's all gravy. That's all good. But maybe you're needing an increased sense of confidence, or maybe the place where confidence is coming from. That might be something to look at. What other cards do I have here? Yeah, I'll pull one of these. We do have 2 astrology cards, one being the one that was picked, and then this one. This is an astrology card, but we'll have a look at something else. Oh God, you had quite a lot there. Interesting how we had Cancer. But anyway, Aries. Aries is the first house and it's reversed anyway, so wow. Okay. So definitely I'm thinking something along the lines of needing more confidence, or maybe doing something to kind of, what is that? Fake it till you make it kind of vibe. A message meant to find you, pile 1. A message meant to find you. Let's have a look at what the tarot wants to say. I've got a feeling that this is to do with how you exude confidence. Is your confidence coming from a genuine place, or is it coming from fear? Interesting how I just got Death and the Hierophant reversed. So maybe that you're needing to go through some kind of transformation at the moment. I'm reading this around about October time. We've just had the Pluto transit, which is a big one. So there may be some shadow work that's going on here as well. In terms of you looking at yourself and how maybe you were confident in places before and now you're not. You're kind of reevaluating yourself, and it's almost trying to bring yourself forward, and trying to exude the same amount of confidence that you did previously, which is really interesting. I always say that like the piles like resonate with me, and pile 1 always resonates with me, so most of the time anyway. Okay, so we got the Devil reversed. We have the 8 of Cups reversed. Okay. And then we have Judgment And then we have the 5 of Judgment reversed, and then the 5 of Pentacles. And then another one, Justice reversed. Okay. So something very unfair happened that, you know, has kind of really shattered your confidence and made you feel slightly alienated. Not slightly, quite alienated. It's not your fault. You feel like you've tried to like do everything you can, but there's something that's just stopping you from being able to kind of step into your power. Yeah, and it's just, and also it's something that you can't walk away from emotionally. So this is why these are reversed. But what's really interesting is that you're aware of this. Like, it's like you understand what's going on. You understand what's happening. You know it's not your fault. Interesting how we've got major arcanas here and they're all reversed. And they're big ones in terms of, you know, right or wrong, which is interesting. I think there's also a tendency to be your own worst enemy because, you know, there's this sense of like self-flagellation, thinking that you have, you know, that you've done something or that something is your fault. I think it's important to realise that it's okay. It's not always your fault, or that it's not, you know, things, sometimes things happen. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that's trying to kind of make you be positive, even though you're not feeling positive. And what I say to my clients is not so much my tarot clients, my coaching clients. You know, it's really important to designate a time and a space where you're feeling like crap, or you're feeling rubbish, or you're not feeling good, and just to kind of stay there for that bit of time. And then what happens is that you find that because you've given yourself time to express that emotion in a kind of controlled environment, then you don't feel as bad as you did. And I can't remember where I heard it, and I really do need to do some research on this. But apparently, the extent of a negative emotion only lasts 3 minutes, apparently. And that can be years. So when people don't want to, when I mean that, right, I mean like the absolute pinnacle of it. Thinking about it, I don't know if I believe that. If I'm honest, because I think personally it comes and goes in waves. But I think what that's trying to say, I need to find out where the source is of it. I know it's something scientific. I know it's not just some random freaking like thing that I've just said that's airy fairy. I will try and find the thing to it, the source of it. But essentially, if you allow yourself to feel an emotion and allow yourself and designate yourself time. So what I would say to my clients is that, you know, you're feeling really sad about something. Say you're at work and then you get triggered by something and it makes you feel really sad, or you watch something and it makes you feel really sad. And if you're not in a space where you can express yourself, cry out, whatever, put it in the car park and leave it there, and actually schedule some time to do it. Like schedule time to grieve, schedule time to do these things. I was very lucky in times where I've been in a place where I can't really do it, I have gone to the toilet and then I've just cried my eyes out, had a good cry, waited there until I've like cried it out, which usually, I'm not gonna lie, it usually lasts maximum 10 to 15 minutes. All right. And if you designate yourself an hour to like, right, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna cry about this thing, or I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna punch my pillow about this thing, or I'm gonna do this about this thing, I'm gonna not so much journal. I think, well, if journaling is your thing, but also like just allowing yourself to feel the emotion and just be there within a controlled environment and then come out of it. And then there may be times where you feel it again, like, and then you may need to designate some time again, but it's very important to do that. And I think what's going on here, and this was a really long-winded way of saying that you need to allow yourself to express that, because you may not be in a position where you can walk away from something. And what's going on is that there's something that's affecting yourself, like it's actually starting to attack yourself. There also may be an essence of you not taking care of yourself properly as well, with Aries and the first house reversed. And that's why there's this thing about confidence going on. Now, it's interesting that confidence is upright, because then that says to me that you know what's going on. Also with the devil reversed, you know what's going on. But there's just something here that is just, and I think that it may be it may be overshadowed by this justice being reversed, because it's just so crap. It's just not right. You're thinking, this is not right that this happened. And I'm still trying to get myself out of the shadow of that. So that's kind of what I'm feeling, pile 1. So let's have a look at how a message meant to find you. Okay, so now we know this. Universe, what we're going to do about it. What are we going to do about it, universe? Can you help my pile 1s, please? What are we going to do about the situation? Oh, what's that? Oh, it's just the cards. I got given these cards. So... I haven't studied them as much as I could do. Sorry, I'm just like blabbering away. I don't know what's going on with my brain right now. Okay, we've got the world. Yes, you can see that. Thank you for being so patient with me. I don't know what's going on with my... Oh, no, I know what's going on. I've been sick. I've not been very well. This is my first reading since I've and I'm still kind of recovering. So, yeah, excuse me. King of Cups reversed. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is some big stuff, pile 1. Got all these court cards coming out. Not court, majors coming out. And the 10 of Coins. Okay. This is about you finding your sense of self. And I think whatever's happened previously to kind of get you to this point has really helped you to understand what your boundaries are. Which obviously is a growing thing, but I just think it's important to recognize that you've come from a place where it's been very unstable. I don't know if you've been around someone who maybe have lost their temper, or someone who just was a little bit like off the rails. This could be a friend. This could be, I don't know. I just feel like there was like some kind of like walking on eggshells previously. And what's happened now is you've had enough of that. And that's actually made you go into a point where you're going to create this kind of stability for yourself in a way that's really like your own and more secure for yourself. And also just more protective. That's the way that you can go forward. Don't feel bad about the fact that you have to do it. Just do it. Sometimes we feel away because we're like, oh God, I don't want to seem like I'm being mean or whatever. But actually, I think you have to do it to protect yourself. Otherwise, you're diminishing your power. Judgment reversed again. Wow. Okay, I think I know what that means. A hermit. Jesus. Right, okay. This is a big one, pile 1. Queen of Coins. I don't know that story. I don't know that story. So let's have another look. Let's keep going. Wow. So this is real fundamental change that's making you kind of go around on the cycle again. You can't finish, like, there's something that you can't finish completely, but you're having to work through it in a different way. Wow. Okay. What I do know is that you're going to be very stable while you're doing it. You're going to be very stable, but there is some big stuff that is on the horizon. Some big stuff. It seems like things are changing dramatically. Let me just... Mother of Wands reversed. So... it almost feels like it's unfinished business. I don't know if somebody has behaved towards you in a way that just isn't right, or you have had like something that's really been out of order. Absolutely, like it's just ridiculous how this has occurred, and you know it's a real injustice whatever has happened to you. And it seems like, I don't know, if some of you are like going through some kind of cake course, some kind of court case, or something like that, it's almost like you know that you're right, and you know that you're in the right place. Like you know that you're coming from the place where you are in the right, but it's almost like you've had to drag yourself through the mud in order to get there. Whatever happens, you're going to come out on top. It's going to be pretty brutal, though, I'm not going to lie, because it seems to me that things are going to get dragged out. And it almost seems like you're going to have to remain stoic and remain composed at this point. Now it's interesting because we have the Queen of Coins upright, and then we also have the High Priestess High Priestess upright. So what that says to me is that you've got, you know, you've got stability on your side, no matter what. But then this Mother of Wands may be a little bit erratic. I don't know. Now there's two things. This situation may end up bringing you out in the Mother of Wands rash reversed. It might make you be a little bit erratic, or there may be somebody that you're seeing for their true colours. I've got a feeling somebody's going to show their true colours more so. And it's really interesting how we've got this like round kind of figure here, and then we've got this here. So what that's, and also Aries, Mother of Wands, fire, you know, it's that kind of thing. So I don't know, if somebody's been really kind of trying to put you down, they are, you know, they're going to get their just desserts. They really will do. They really will do. Because I think that the reason why Judgment is coming up twice is because they didn't answer. I don't feel like it's you that hasn't answered the call. I feel like you're waiting for them to answer the call and to own up to their shit, but like they're not. And because they don't, it's almost like you have to play the long game. And it's disempowering when you have to do that, because you kind of think, well, is justice actually going to happen? You know, it's kind of like seeing people get away with things. But I'll always remember, I saw my friend in The Lovely Bones. She was in a theatre adaptation of that, and I haven't seen the film, but I've heard it's amazing. And for those of you who've seen the film, you know, it's really hard, because you know there's a part in it where you think that it just misses out on the justice, but then it gets served later on, like much later on. It's just a long game. And that's just a little bit difficult. So what I think that the cards are trying to say here is that long game is the way. It's not going to be the easiest of things, but, you know, if you keep If you keep your cards close to your chest, I'm going to use the full spectrum of puns here. Keep your cards close to your chest, and then you've also got the High Priestess here and the Queen of Coins, meaning that, you know, you've just keep yourself to yourself and keep yourself, like, keep your boundaries high and make sure you just do you. Empower yourself, and that's how you'll be able to come out of this a little bit better, because it's a bit tough. Okay, so I've got 2 more cards to pull for you. If this is you, right? If this is you, and then you're understanding that this brings out the worst in you, then this is a very good time for you to realize that, you know, how you can change this. Wow, the Seer. Yeah, there's something very, I would say, use your intuition here. Look at the situation from a much higher perspective, which is difficult when it's like, you know, first house stuff. But honestly, I think it would be a great thing for you. Pile 1, just make sure you keep on taking the higher ground and work on your stability. Okay, to close out the reading, we've got this. Wow, golden topaz and yellow rose. Love that. Raising your vibration, light missions and raw activations. So this is like essentially you making sure that you are empowering yourself and making sure that you're not, you know, it's solar plexus chakra energy. Golden topaz is great for, and Thursday is a great day to wear that on. That's when I wear it. But it's very good for abundance, and also feeling light of oneself. I'm seeing this butterfly here, which is kind of corresponding with the colors here of the first house. So feeling empowered, but feeling empowered with a truth of sense of self. You know, keep coming back to yourself. Don't lower your vibration to this negative Mother of Wands energy that we've got here, and you'll be fine. But just be aware that, you know, yes, you are going through something pretty big right now, and that's okay. The universe has got your back. I promise, pile 1. I promise. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was useful. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, it's been a pleasure to read for you as always. Take care, and remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello, and welcome to your reading. So, you chose this card. Let's see what it is. Wow, the South Node, North Node, and it's reversed. It's interesting how it's got both on one card. You know, as a tarot reader, we have lots of cards, and I thought I knew this deck. But I didn't remember that it had both the South Node and the North Node on here reversed. Interesting. So there seems to be some kind of, there's something about where you want to go and where you're coming from. There's something happening there. So that's the message so far from Spirit. Let's see what the other cards have to say. Please do excuse me. I'm just recovering from being ill, so I may be a little bit woozy. I don't know. Interesting. Isolation and anger reversed. Okay. So what I see that as is, and it's interesting how we've got eyes here. We've got an eye here and an eye here. So there's something about you not being able to see clearly. And what's really interesting is that this isolation card, it's quite difficult to see. Don't know if you can just about see that on that card. It's quite difficult to see. So there's something that may not be so obvious to you, that this message may be alerting you to, pile 2. Okay, we've got Sagittarius. Interesting. Okay, let's see what the Tarot has to say about it all. There may be some irrational kind of thinking, irrational action. But it's kind of serving you in a way. It's working for you to do that. It may be a defense mechanism or something. I don't know. But there's something that is working in your favor by being in this way. I don't know, when I saw that anger card reversed, it's kind of making me think of suppressed anger. And also because you've got isolation there. But it also could be that the anger has gotten a bit out of control, so you've ended up being isolated. Or there could be you not feeling like you can express your anger properly, so it's coming out in different ways. I don't know, those are the messages I've got. Four of Cups reversed. Empress reversed. The Tower. Wow, Tower came up for pile 1 as well. There's some big messages here for this, you know. I always think, oh, it's going to be like a nice, like, you know, but they're big. Son of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's a suppression going on here. Pile. Oh, hello. There's too many cards. Six of Pentacles reversed. Can you fit that on the screen? Yep. Mother of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Okay, so then there's a likelihood of there being some strong kind of stuff going on the maternal side or on the divine feminine side. Divine feminine is the mother, you know. I don't know, some of you might have walked away from a situation, like you might have moved out of home or something like that, because you're like, right, okay, this situation is really not, it's really not what I need right now. I can't, this is triggering me so much, so I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to get out of this situation. And I think maybe that's what's happening here, like you're processing stuff. Because, you know, Four of Cups reversed, meaning that you're like kind of, and this particular Four of Cups as well, it's like you're choosing not to lie to yourself. It's like almost, or, you know, maybe, because this happens a lot, you know, sometimes people can't deal with things until they've actually removed themselves from a situation, and then they're able, then it comes back to be dealt with, you know what I mean? So, for example, if you escaped a abusive situation with a partner or something, and, you know, it's great because then you're like, oh, yes, now I can live my life the way I want to, or blah, blah, blah. Maybe you've been unhappy for a while. And then when in those quiet moments when you're on your own, that's when it hits you and you're like, wow, now I'm starting to feel the pain of what I went through. And it's not so much as like, it's just processing. That's all it is. And that's why I feel like this South Node, North Node is like that way, because it's almost like you're in this stasis. And Sagittarius is a very, I would say, fitting sign to be here, because it encourages you to explore your choices. You don't have to be committed to one thing. Sagittarius is about learning new things and trying out new things, being okay to be that 2-year-old that can try out new things and also be looked after. So there may be even a point of you mothering your own self. Definitely with the Mother of Pentacles, lack of home and lack of like kind of stability. And then you've got the Empress, which is like the, you know, a kind of disconnected divine feminine. And then with the Tower here, it's almost like that this house had to burn down in order for you to, like, you know, reestablish the balance. Because the Six of Pentacles here, you know, I always prefer the Six of Pentacles reversed. I feel that like it's you reclaiming yourself and seeing, and particularly here, it's like, no, that's not fair what happened. And I'm going to, and the thing is with Sagittarius, the way I always see it is like somebody that comes in, I imagine this centaur that comes into like this group of people and sets the whole place alight and is like, hi everyone, I'm here. And then it's like, oh, I've just set everything on fire. Never mind, life is good, and just kind of carries on. But also they can be quite righteous as well. So, there's a bit of both, a bit of like, because they've got that fire to kind of do that. But it's always done with, like, they're probably the best at what they do. They've been like, really kind of, researching what they do. They're very, very intelligent beings. They've, it's that kind of background with the Sagittarians, I feel. They're always brilliant, brilliant people. I think that might be a kind of effect of you not being able to be like that previously. So you might have not been allowed to express yourself. And now finally the lightning's hit the tree and now everything's started to go ablaze. And now it's like, no, I'm not going to stand for that. Because the reason why I say that is because the Son of Swords being reversed says to me that there was an inability to be able to talk about things. There was an inability to be able to go into a situation to communicate where you think that you could have done. You held it back. Somebody held it back. In order to kind of like, maybe there was even a point where you saw a situation and you could see it unfolding, and rather than you saying something, you let it unfold, and then that person got shown up for what they truly were. And then maybe then that's what the Sagittarian is, as in the Sagittarian energy, meaning that it just kind of like goes forward, but it's upright. So that says to me that there was something very benevolent happened from this. Yeah, but it was pretty intense. And it definitely triggered off some kind of mother wound. Or something to do with the maternal line. May not be necessarily to do with your mother, but there's definitely like strong female kind of influence here. The Four of Coins reversed. So we've got 2 4s. Yeah, there's definite like release here. Strength reversed. Wow. Okay. And then we've got the 9 of Coins reversed. Wow. First word that came up to me was codependence. So, and that doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic relationship, but there may have been that. But there was like this kind of codependence. I don't know why, but I'm also getting like kind of like some kind of addiction as well. I don't usually get that with the Queen of Pentacles, but I'm getting that. I'm getting like somebody who was supposed to be, I think whenever I see the Mother of Pentacles reversed, I kind of think of someone who is supposed to be a stable person, like a stable mother, and isn't. In fact, it's more the kids looking after the mother, that kind of thing. So I don't know, that's quite specific, but if there's like a situation that's happening, maybe there's a boss at work or something that's being a little bit like that they need to be the one who's managed rather than them managing you kind of thing. But there's definitely some kind of release here, emotionally and materially. So it's almost like there's a breakthrough here. I don't know if it's on a work situation, then it might be like the company realizing that this is a weak link. If it's like an emotional situation, then it's almost like understanding that person who is this Mother of Pentacles reversed is not as stable as they are. And also to rely on that person and to think of that person as a stable force is actually detrimental to you. King of Cups reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed. These both turned up for pile 1 as well. So this energy is very destabilizing. Very destabilizing. King of Swords. Wow. Love that. Okay, right. So, you know, the best way to deal with this is just to be as detached as possible, to make sure that you're not triggered by anything. And that's probably why you're going to it. Like, maybe you're using isolation as something, but I wouldn't, you know, I'd look towards this Sagittarian energy, because this is some kind of karmic cycle that you're fixing here. There's some kind of like, yeah, that's why this North and South node is here, and it's something that you didn't see coming, but it's there to be healed. And for you to adopt this King of Swords character, to be this kind of like stoic person that stands back and is completely detached from what you're seeing, because especially if this is someone that you know, or if it's somebody that's close, or if it's like a relative, you know, then it's almost like, no, I value myself and I've really got to look out for myself here, and protect myself. I mean, I don't really see the protection of self too much. What I see more, sorry about that shake, what I see more is having to protect yourself from this person, and to make sure that you don't kind of, you know, the kind of energy that this person brings, you don't want to be associated with that. But I don't think you will be. I think you'll be very clear. It's interesting how you go from Sagittarius to the King of Swords, which is like, you know, real air, like cold, quick, sharp. I'm not doing this. From the King of Cups, from this emotionality to the King of Swords. I really do feel like you're seeing that this situation kind of triggers you into a space where you think, yeah, this I can't deal with that. They wind me up too much. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's have a look at some other oracle cards while I close out your reading. Okay, I've just got 2 more cards to give to you. Interesting message. God, I was thinking it was going to be a little bit lighter than that, but the spirit never does that, you know. And all of you who are my watchers, you know that. And I always say the same thing. I'm like, oh, I wanted it to be one of these, like, you know, really nice, fluffy kind of readings. But the universe doesn't want that. Wow. Wow. The serpent. And as I said that, I just, like, got the driest throat ever. I'll just show you that because the light's a bit rubbish there. So the serpent here is basically, this is the world tree, and the serpent eats the tree, like it eats the roots of the tree. So that comes back to what we were saying here. I don't know. That's why I was like thinking this reminds me of a mother who is addicted to drugs and is really affecting her children and expecting them to take care of her. That's the image I've got in my head. So with this, it's almost like the very thing that should be nurturing, and I'm backed up by the Empress being reversed. Like the very thing that should be nurturing is actually detrimental, and you know this. And it's very difficult to walk away from something like that. But sometimes you just have to. It's part of the karma, isn't it? Okay, right, let's see. God, that was heavy. Let's close out your reading with these beautiful Earth Alchemy cards. This could be a friend as well, you know. Could be a friend. But whatever, female, it's a female energy. Doesn't have to be female sex, but it's a female energy. Wow, I love that. Golden Libyan Tektite expansion. And I think I'm going to look that up because I need to brush up on my signs. So pile 2, this is air. And I thought I would also give you the opportunity to view some Golden Libyan Tektite. I'm devastated because it kind of broke off. So this is as sharp as heck. It's because I wear my crystals and it just fell down and it broke off. But anyway, it's beautiful, right? This is a stone which formed in the Sahara, and it formed when a meteorite hit the earth, and it's the fusion of the meteorite and the sand. So, and they use this in the crowns of pharaohs and things like that. So it's a very powerful stone to help you kind of elevate your sense of consciousness into a place where you're not really kind of resonating with the lower frequency vibrations that you might have come from, which is why we've got this north and south node. This is pretty big, pile 2. Galactivations, it says here. Initiation in ancient Egypt, galactivations. Galactic activations, I prefer that. So what I would say is that just thinking about your higher purpose is going to be something that's really going to help you. And if you can get your hands on this stone, I definitely would, because it's really wonderful to work with, really beautiful. But anyway, pile 2, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Another thing I just wanted to say, and this also like connects with the King of Swords as well, because it's air. So they were very detached in terms of like the pharaoh, like the pharaohs, and not that I know, but like I can just imagine that the air of connecting with those kind of entities, or that kind of spiritual disposition of the ancient Egyptians, it was just very detached. Their mind was on the higher purpose. It wasn't on the lower vibration, as I mentioned. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Please do comment. If you'd like to share, I'd love to hear. I love seeing your comments. But otherwise, my darlings, take care. Have a beautiful day, and I'll speak to you soon. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this card here, Cardinal. Interesting. So this initiatory energy, the cardinal signs of the zodiac are Capricorn, Libra, I think. Yeah, Capricorn, Libra, not Taurus, because that's Capricorn. So Capricorn for earth, Libra for air, Aries, and earth, air, fire, water, and water would be Cancer, I think. Yeah, I think the Cancers are the cardinal signs. Yes. So all of those are signs which are initiatory. They're the ones that they would start things. So there's something about this kind of top energy, I would say. Meaning aiming for the top, aiming for number one, aiming for the first, aiming to get things moving, to get things started, to take initiative. That's what I'm getting from here, pile 3. Okay, let's have a look at what your other cards want to say. Energy. Wonderful. Okay, that's great. And let's get some other astrology for you. Wow, Mars reversed though. That's interesting. Very interesting, pile 3. Okay, so there's some kind of, I wouldn't quite say that it's a block, but there's just something about the drive that's not happening. It's not happening as it should do. So I wonder what's stopping it. Because it seems like maybe you know you've got the energy, but you can't seem to find the driving force. I don't know. There's just something that's not going on with the initiatory energy. And Mars's drive. Mars is the ability to go forward and do something. Mars is the get up and go. Okay, wow. Tower came up for all the piles. Wow. So there's some big stuff that's going on here. A message meant to find you. And the 4 of Cups came up for pile 1, reversed. Justice reversed as well came up for pile 1. Wow. These are all the same cards. Interesting. And then the Hanged Man. Wow. God. 3 major arcanas out of... And then I'm being told one more. I like that. It says one more, and then I was like, just make sure it's one more, yeah? And then it brings me 2. Of course it does. Of course it does. So, oh God, 10 of Pentacles as well. Wow. There's very similar cards across the board for all of the groups. And I've cleared the energy appropriately between readings. So, okay. You're having to fit into something very similar. You're having to fit into something that you don't really want to. You may have to be dealing with a situation that might have not turned out the way that you wanted it to. And you're having... it is beneficial. Like, you can see that there is stuff that's good that would come from this situation for you. But it isn't ideal. Like, you're not over the moon about it. You're kind of like, oh, right, okay. I have to deal with this. I just have to deal with it. You are seeing the kind of like good side of it. And you are also kind of succumbing to the kind of BS of it as well. It doesn't matter. It's almost like you're losing the battle to win the war, you know? That's what it feels like. Particularly with that 10 of Pentacles as well, because that kind of shows that there's something that you're having to adhere to, but yeah, it's benefiting you. So, okay, let's clarify this. The Star reversed, the 6 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, the Ace of Swords. No, you can't. You're having to keep your mouth. I don't know, you might have like said something previously and then you're realizing that actually it doesn't really account to anything. Okay, 10 of Cups. You've got 2 10s here. I mean, there's big benefits here. I think this is long game. Very similar to pile 1. You know that you've got bigger fish to fry. Sorry, I have to drink something because I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so. And it's not really a bit of a cold. It's this nasty bug that's going around. So, sorry about that. But yeah, like, you've got the Star here reversed, which is kind of... This situation is really quite not very hopeful. You know that there are small benefits, small wins here. But it's almost like it's a play. Like it's a play on things. It's not really as genuine as you would like. It doesn't have the integrity that you like. And it's almost like you're doing it to have a happy life. You're doing it to have like peaceful life. One of my teachers, or my tarot teacher, I learned the tarot anyway myself, but then I was very privileged to have someone help me to really go into the tarot into the way I do now. And he told me that with the Rider-Waite version of the tarot, there's a beautiful, rainbow of cups with the 10 of cups. And then you've got like a couple with their arms around each other, looking at the rainbow made by the cups. And then you've also got the children dancing. If you just Google Rider-Waite 10 of cups, then you'll get the picture. In this one, it's at night. We've got these cups here. I don't know, I'm feeling like there's something that's not entirely, like there's a cost here. And that's the same thing, because I remember my teacher told me that the woman who was in the picture, or it seemed like a female figure in the Rider-Waite, you could see like something coming from her that doesn't look too wholesome. It's almost like I'll see if I can find it for you actually to compare it. Sorry about that, my friends. Like, I've only got one Rider-Waite set, and that's like my very special set that I don't really put online. So it's like my original set. So you'll just have to Google it. But the 10 of cups, there's a piece of cloth that looks like it looks like there's an injury going on, and it looks like there's a cost to the happiness. So it's kind of the same thing here. In order to kind of get like a sense of peace, and I'm only seeing that with obviously in context of the other cards. That isn't normally like what would happen. 10 of cups usually is quite, there's happiness that's associated with that. And because you've got the 2 10s here, I definitely feel like there's a really good thing when it's almost like that you doing what you do without really kind of communicating it to other people, you can get what you want. But it's almost like you're not going to get what you want within a particular situation. Yeah, I think you were done like wrong, to be honest with you. The situation I see is that you entered into a contract with someone, and then you realised that actually they were a nightmare. And then you have done your best to kind of like hedge your bets and keep yourself kind of protected. But you have to kind of keep the peace because you're still in the business proposition has to run its course. So for example, it could be a project that you're involved in, and then you see some red flags quite early on, and you're actually seeing that you can't assert your authority, and you don't even have any way of being able to do what you want. I remember it happened with me on a project that I was with someone, and it seemed like a dream to work with them because they were very proactive. But then very quickly we realised that it was going to be their project or nothing. Like they didn't even listen to what the rest of the group had to say. It was more it was their project, and we were supporting that person on their project, even though there was no kind of... we were all supposed to be doing it together. And I remember I saw all the other people like present their projects, and you could really see that there was a collaboration, whereas with us, it was just like we were following a dictator. So but we got a good result. And we all benefited from it. But it was hell. that's what I'm seeing here. So, you know, and this is why this Six of Wands here, and I know that I don't know the story here, but I know that that's not her true form. She's changing herself to make herself look like that. And that's exactly how this person was. They made themselves out to be, you know, that their subject was really good, and or what we were going to do the project on. And it was just a show for this person. It was about supporting this person, and it was very clear, but like we all got, you know, we all did well from it. So yeah. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords. It's a really interesting Knight of Swords. Okay, Knight of Swords. I wish I knew what these characters were. I don't know some of these Disney films, so you'll have to excuse me. Ace of Coins. The Eight of Cups. And the Three of Cups. Wow. This definitely seems like the situation that I had. Because, you know, it's almost like you can't be, you know who your friends are. And you know what was really interesting about this situation that I was in? I couldn't voice my opinion. I couldn't say anything. I just had to just continue with it. There was nothing I could do. Like, you can't walk away from it. But there is benefits. There's big benefits here. Big benefits. It's crazy. Okay. And the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords says to me that you might be able to communicate in some way. But that Knight of Swords, the way I'm seeing it, it's almost like either they're coming in, the other party are coming in with something, or like you're having to play a bit of a game. Yeah, I feel like this is playing a game, and you're not around friends. You're not around people that you can... I won't go as far as like people that you can't trust. I just think it's people that you're not really friendly with. Like these wouldn't be your friends. The Moon, yeah, big time. Four of Swords, is that the Four? Yeah, it's the Four of Swords. Scar, that's why I laughed. And then we've got the the Eight of Swords reversed. Yeah, you know where you're at. You know what you have to do. You know that this is just get over this situation and then you'll be done. Yeah, it's not fair, but you're going to have to just do it. And there's some benefits. Yeah, definitely. And it'll be over quicker than you think as well. But I think this will also motivate you into making sure that you don't get in that situation again. Like, you'll be like, right, okay, next time I know what this situation is like. I'm not going to get involved with people like that. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of move on and do my own thing. Or decline. Politely decline and say, no, I'm okay, thanks. Wow, you got two of these guys. We've got White Buffalo reversed. Oh, sorry, yeah, White Buffalo reversed. And then we've also got Elephant. I mean, you know, White Buffalo reversed is peace. It's not, I don't think it is very peaceful. With that Mars reversed, it's not very peaceful. A little bit suppressed anger, but if not, then the anger may get indirectly kind of pushed into some kind of direction. Like it may be pushed in the wrong direction. That's what I meant to say. The Elephant is the stoicism. It's almost like you have to stand your ground in order to make sure that you're okay. Which, to be fair, I think you do anyway. Very similar reading to I think it's part one. Or even all of them. All of you have had quite a similar theme where you've been all placed in a position where it's just not nice. And you're having to deal with it. But it's just slightly different circumstances. slightly different. Whereas like this, like, yeah, with your situation, you're having to, you know, there's benefits. There's real benefits. Like you're getting something out of this. Or maybe you were promised something, but it doesn't really say anything about deception here. Like you weren't deceived. It's just the way that the things turned out, and that you're like, oh God, I actually can't say what I want to say, but you know, but yeah, no friends in this situation. You just do what you're doing. Okay, let's see what your final card is to close out the reading. God, these have been interesting, but thank you for being a little bit lighter than the other two. Like, the other two are pretty heavy, pile 3. So thank you, even though, you know. Okay, right. So Diamond Heart and Sea Crystal, Golden Age Wisdom, DNA Activation, Lemuria, Priestess Awakening. And I think that is Earth. So, or is it water? No, it's Earth, I think. Yeah, so basically this Diamond Heart Seed Crystal, I would say that is I don't know what that is actually. Let me look that up. So I was thinking that there were like Lemurian seed crystals, which are like these tiny, really brilliant blades of light. And I think they are similar, but these are actually Andromedan. If you know what the difference is, I mean, I know a little bit. I don't know that much about the star stuff. I'm more of a Earth child, indigo child. But what I would say is that with the vibration that is instigated by this situation, it's up to you to really rise above that and put yourself into a higher vibration. Because I don't think that you're going to be very peaceful with all of this going on. It's going to be very intense. So I think it's important for you to remember that it's okay. You got this. And, you know, a message meant to find you is that you're able to... I just think that this is about you developing yourself, like spiritually. And as a person as well. But I also feel like this might be a little bit of shadow work with you as well. It might be something to do with shadow. So, like, whatever you see, because with the Mars reversed, it's almost that sense of inward sense. And then when I see the moon, I feel like the moon is in it's the way it should be. Like, you're understanding that actually maybe this is triggering something in me. And I know that this situation isn't ideal, but I'm going to go forward and I'm going to do something different with it, because that's why the 8 of Swords is reversed, you know? You're like, no, I'm not going to stand for that. I kind of like, I'm knowing where my boundaries are. I'm knowing how strong I am, but I'm also maybe seeing, maybe you've behaved like that. Maybe this is like showing some shadow stuff. And helping you to kind of like go into a place where you're realizing that it might be showing you a lesson, you know? I think there's a bit of that anyway. I think a bit. That would explain the back cards with the Justice reversed and that. But I don't know. I just feel... I hate it when people say things happen for a reason. Like I do believe it to some extent, but I don't... I think it's a bit of a cop-out. I think that this is something that's just here to show you something, and it's about you growing through the lesson and allowing yourself to like rise above that. Like maybe you weren't able to deal with it like before in a certain way, but then now you've got the tools now to like deal with it, and also you can see the benefits. There is benefits here, man. Like seriously. With those 2 10s. But yeah. Anyway, pile 3, that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, it's been a pleasure as always to read for you. You take care. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye.